Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform, our platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome to the daily energetic current for today, Thursday, October the 25th of 2018. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. And for the cards today, we do have the Ten of Cups and the card of Justice, and these are sponsored by the sacred geometry card of Fertility, which reads the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Some of you are about to get pregnant. Some of you are about to get pregnant. Like, for real, this is something that you've been wanting. You have put it out. Some of y'all are about to seriously get pregnant. Actually, everyone's about to be pregnant. Everyone's pregnant with new life, with new creativity, with new ideas, new dreams, new hopes, new vision. Everybody is pregnant with something new. It's a deep emotional revival, a deep emotional transmutation where we are taking these older, heavier toxins and purifying them so we may create new life force. From that, we free up the life force that was held within that toxin. The Ten of Cups is that emotional fulfillment. It is achieving that happy life. It is that feeling of fulfillment. You see, the husband and wife are sitting there, and their kids are, they're playing right next to them, and they're just looking at the rainbow and like, yes, we made it. We made it. And the thing is that we can have a feeling of, yes, I made it. We can have that feeling every single day. We really can tap and really embody and embrace that feeling of, yes, I made it. We can do that every single day, no matter what our circumstances are. But the Ten of Cups is the good life. And we all want the good life, right? Now, yes, that may look different depending upon who you are. And who are we to infringe upon someone else's, definition of the good life? And the Ten of Cups, you also have to remember that this is talking about emotions. So this is about real emotional clarity. This is about true emotional intelligence. So I believe, yes, that we all want the good life. But we also have to realize that there are responsibilities, there are energetic responsibilities that come with this whole process in our society, at least today, of moving up, and how there may be a lot of people now. Even with these Ten of Cups and the card Justice, some people can be feeling injustice. Some people can be feeling like justice has not been served. Some people can feel like there is imbalance in a lot of impurities in the world. And I think we all feel that there is imbalance, that there is created lack within our society, which goes against our divine nature of infinite abundance. But there is this idea of lack that has been perpetuated in our society. And there are certain individuals that have a level of abundance and prosperity, but they have stepped on so many people to get there. So that's why the people who have been stepped on feel like there's been injustice. Today is a day where we are really being called into Venus energy. That Venusian energy is what I'm feeling. And let's talk about the astrology for a bit. So nothing really major is happening today. It's really going to be the moon that's now in its waning phase, which means that you know, coming off the full moon where things were intense, things were at its climax, things were illuminated. We became aware of something emotionally. And we did a release, but at the same time that we did this release, something was born from it. So new things happen with full moons and new moons, and there also are releasings and conclusions with full moons and new moons. So don't get it twisted. It's like a new moon is not just when something new happens. Things are released during the time of a new moon as well. So in many ways, it's like you're kind of like releasing your seed into the fertile ground to grow, and by the time it reaches the full moon, that plant shows you, you know, how you're feeling in that moment, how you're reacting and you're responding. So now that the moon's going to be in its waning phase, this is the time where we are to come more within. You know, we're going to kind of, you know, draw our energies in more, become a little bit more seclusive, a little bit more quiet, a little bit more subtle. So that's why, and look, we have the moon that's going to sextile Neptune today at 13 degrees. It's going to square Mars at 17 degrees and trine Pluto. So Neptune right now is in Pisces, retrograde. So when the moon makes this aspect with this sextiling energy, what it's saying is that there's some sort of synthesis between you know, emotionally, which of course is in Taurus, so, you know, our environment in many ways, the way that we ground ourselves, the way that we see our self-worth and our self-value, between that and our dreams. There's some sort of synthesis between where we are right now as far as the value that we feel and the value that we express. There's some sort of synthesis between that and our dreams that's going to occur today. Then with the square to Mars, which is in Aquarius, there's going to be a challenge and some friction with Mars. So we have the sextile and then we get the friction with Mars. So yes, this is very much so sexual, guys. But something's being born of this. How we literally go from the sextile to a square, which a square, like I said, it is a challenge, but also squares oftentimes bring some of the greatest gifts. And what comes after squares in astrology? You have trines, where a square is a 90-degree angle. Then you have the trine here as well, the 120-degree angle. So it's going to trine over to Pluto. So there's definitely going to be a challenge when it comes to, well, how do we act on this dream, and how do I act to myself worth and my value that I feel in a way that is unique but also helps the collective, that uplifts the collective. Well, you get this trine to Pluto afterwards, so whatever is born of it, knows something is definitely being transformed in a great way. And I think there's an element of us feeling like we don't really have control over this. This is why we really have to just kind of go with the flow here. This is why we have to remember that this Ten of Cups energy is something that, you know, you create for yourself. Don't let society tell you what the Ten of Cups is supposed to look like in your life, because there are a lot of different illusions being perpetuated on what that's supposed to look like. And there's been a lot of injustice because of people trying to achieve these particular dreams and finding out that either A is not resonant with them or B is a farce and a fallacy. But there is definitely, with this fertility card here, like I said, some of y'all are pregnant. Some of y'all are pregnant. If not, you already are, like it happened within like the past week. But seriously, some of y'all are pregnant. All of you guys are pregnant. Like I said, justice has been served, and it's like this is like I said, that Ten of Cups, it looks different for every individual, right? So don't let society tell you that it's, you know, it's a stable job and a house where you have the husband, the wife, and 2.5 kids, and 2 cars, a cat and a dog, and a white picket fence. It doesn't have to look like that. Now, if it does look like that for you, that is amazing. That's what you want, and you actually do achieve it without, like I said, in a way that is uplifting for not only yourself but the collective, but for the oneness, then that is amazing. Absolutely. That's what you want. But don't let this belief be perpetuated onto you that it has to look a certain way. And there is a suppression of even happiness. There's a suppression of being yourself. There is a suppression right now that's happening on being yourself. In my full moon video, I mentioned how the asteroid Pandora is involved in this. Now, Pandora was very much so involved with this full moon because it was at 2 degrees of Aquarius, which of course was on top of the south node, which was squaring these energies. So with this fixed cross energy, we have Pandora here, and it's almost like, we have been told not to open our present, which it's actually a jar, but that's what Pandora's jar is. But the thing is that we've been fed to believe that, when it was open, all the ills and toxins of the world spilled in, and all of the strife and pain and suffering. What about the good stuff, man? What we perceive as the good stuff. What about the good life? No? Was that really was that the only thing that spilled into the world? I don't think so. And I think also there's this is why I think you really want to pay attention to Venus today, because Venus is at 3 degrees of Scorpio, which is the degree that Venus and the Sun will meet up at. So I think Venus is definitely going to be whispering to us these deeper secrets when it comes to like this intrinsic belief in ourselves that is definitely more deep, that can definitely appear to be more subtle, but is there, it's deep, and it's powerful. This belief in ourselves, this belief in our path, and this belief in our truth. Venus is really going to be whispering that to us. So definitely know that you are giving birth to a new reality. You are giving birth to a new you. We are all going through a deep transformation right now, and this is the Phoenix Rising. So know that you really have the power to direct your life in a powerful way. You really do. And you have the superpowers now. Are you ready to become super powerful? You already are, but are you ready to really step into it and really embody it? That's why I said there's a suppression of true authenticity right now. And it's kind of understandable because it actually is powerful. And there are moments when you're going to be shining your light and you're going to attract a lot of darkness, seemingly. That darkness is there to be healed, though. It really is. And like I said, I felt like the suppression because I was thinking with the whole Pandora thing, since it's at 2 degrees, and the North Node is at 1 degrees. There's definitely this sort of collective quality where we're trying to suppress each other's true voice. But you should let your voice spill out into this world. You should really let your true voice that comes from the depth of your spirit and your soul, just allow that to spill out into the world and let it fill this world with all of its splendor and with all of its wisdom, all of its deep, perfect wisdom. Let us become poets again. Let us become true storytellers again. I feel like there are certain scripts and stories and storylines, story times that we have been really just telling ourselves the same story for the longest time. But I do feel like there is something new that is being birthed, some type of unknown territory that we're all going into as a collective. And I think each and every one of us is an integral part in really unraveling, the whole mystery and conundrum of why are we here? What is consciousness? And what is spirituality? What are these things? What do they mean? What do they mean for us? All of this is really unraveling. Each and every one of us holds a part, holds a present, holds a key to really understanding that and then overstanding it. So this is a collective transformation as much as it is a personal transformation. But of course you really want to look at your life and really begin to examine, are you able to see, are you able to feel the beauty that is in everything? Everything, even your darkness, even your shadows. Are you able to see the beauty there? Are you able to appreciate and hold space for that? Are you able to be grateful for that? Are you able to be grateful for your poisons and your toxins? Are you able to appreciate them for what they have taught you? There are no victims, there are only victors, and we are all victorious. And some of y'all are pregnant. 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 I'm just saying. Some of y'all are pregnant. Anyways, that is it for your reading today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you would like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below to theAquarianAdepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often.